All right, this one's just kind of I want to call it a primer, and that sounds so European. I don't want to, but um, on my head's in Mississippi. Um, that's really a wicked straight run that he adds his character to. So the live version, he's just starting on that kind of power chord A. So he's sometimes involving just the A string and the D string. And there's lots of palm muting involved in it, right? There's other times where he lets more of that A go to dirty it up a little bit, but then just switch that to the pointy in the ring, the pointy in the middle of the D chord, because you don't need that high E at all. And in the intro somewhere they do, I think it's at an F sharp, so the second fret of the E string, use two fingers, hit it and pull it towards you. Let it slowly go down, and then go back to the riff. And I'm really doing a kind of sweeping action over there. I'm muting with my left hand and with my palm because I suck at doing one or the other. So somewhere between the two of them, I'll get the rhythm going close anyhow. And that, he almost alternates between the strings without caution or care. So if you hit them both and just swing back and forth, that's fine. If you actually try to hit them individually, you're welcome to as well. It kind of has the sound of, he's kind of going note by note, but he's just doing it good blues messy, right? And you can come up here too, which he does. I see him in concert up around the 5th fret. So that D power chord that's up here, or the D bar chord, he seems to grab some piece of that. He may be way cooler than I am, and he might be playing, let's see, a C chord here. That gets to a C7, right? So that's a C minor, so he'd have to do, this sort of thing. And I don't think he's doing that. So it seemed like he didn't quite come up to the 5th fret. I've got to rewatch that particular video, because he certainly didn't do it with an F chord, because that would be F, G, well, A, yeah. And then he pulls something in from, I forget that other song. Is that? Yeah, I guess that is LaGrange, right? It's got a lot of the spirit of LaGrange in it. That's in there potentially just the once, because once I listened through the song a bunch, listening for other parts, and saw there were none, then I just keep listening to the intro to get his pattern down and what he's up to. So that 3/5 on the A might just be the once. know the song, so it's important that you listen to it. These are the parts of it, but I don't know the song. So there's times where he does the A to D, and then he does the A to the 3/5, and he does the A, and he never goes to anything, and he just starts anew. And there's then the fills, if I can find them again, because my memory sucks. He does a lot of different playing around. Yeah, the studio album, obviously, that gets repeated over and over again. So the particular fills in there, I guess we can isolate. But in general, he's... and those, right, if we're at the 5th fret, that means we can find it open too. So I think I'm out of tune, but that's going to be the same as any other pentatonic pattern. Open 3, open 2, open 2, open 2, open 2, open 3. Right? And so you can find it. Whoop, I said that wrong. Open 3, open 3, right? On the last two. So and that pinch harmonic, it's important to have the drive, and I'll tell you what spark setting I'm on here. And then I find it by doing the bend and plucking hard, but not letting it to be ridiculously hard. It's like I'm pulling up off of the string. I don't feel like I'm driving anymore. But he's just playing around in there, best I can tell. He might, you know, the D is just going to be the same place because he's doing an A, right? So you can, and then he's doing a D, which is going to be the same place, but we're going to skip the fat E string, and that's our D right there. So we can just do the same pointy, pinky, pointy, ring, pointy, ring. Right, so that's your D. And then your A is going to be there, so. That kind of cry, I'm just barely striking it and getting the bend in, and I can't always find it. But when you do find it, whoops. He doesn't find himself up there very often. he definitely hits that note, which is going to be, I'm not sure how he gets to it, I suppose. So anyhow, play around a little 3 and 4 note blips, and they don't have to be quick, right? They're up in there. Somewhere. That the parking lot spot, which you'll know, is going to be a G to an F, and then back to the. And that overdrive, that like ready to set on fire that he runs for distortion, you can kind of catch it by almost being behind on getting your fingers down. We'll get a little bit of that scream to them, as well as pulling your fingers off as you leave a note and letting it just kind of do an odd ring out in the background. It seems dirty, but it's where he gets his sound. Let's look and see. So anyhow, that's right. A, D, A, 3, 5. And then sometimes nothing. And I really am almost brushing the strings down here. I'm not banging them, there's no need for that, right? I've got my pinky is hanging on to the pickup on my guitar, so it's all that kind of thing. And that way I can have that meat of that hand right against the strings. What am I using on this part? You'll still be able to hear me, I think.